They say it's edible art. I do have a lot of customers tell me that. They say, this is so beautiful, I don't even want to eat it, you know. But they eat it anyways. Whenever I hear something like that, that just makes me feel so good. I think that's why I do it over and over again. First of all, when they get it, they say, wow, I mean, this is beautiful. You know, this is what I want to hear. And next thing, when they try it, they make that sound. You know, that different sound. And I'm hearing all this, and I'm just enjoying myself. I try to make my sushi nice and neat, at least decent presentation, so that people will appreciate the work that I did. I take a lot of pride and a lot of time in making of sushi rice. It takes me about 2 hours. I go through each stages very carefully. If it's off by 3-4 minutes, it's not gonna come out right. Washing is very important. I measure the water a certain amount to where it's not too watery or too dry. And also when I wash the rice, washing it with like a featherish with your hand so that you won't break individual rice. You keep the shape of the whole rice together. Rice is everything. I go different restaurants just to try their rice. When you have a sushi rice, it should be nice and firm, and you should dissolve in your mouth nice and softly. You shouldn't overtake the flavor of the fish, yet it'll help the fish taste better. Every chef has their own sauce. That's their signature. The way I feel is that none of the ingredients that goes into sushi sauce should overtake one another. By having right amount of a sauce mixture, they'll bring out more flavor of the certain fish. You want to taste the fish, individual fish, but you don't want to overtake the taste of the certain fish, because each certain fish has unique taste and flavor and texture, and you don't want to overcome that. Fish comes in from all over the world, different part of the world. Most of salmon comes from like Canada. A lot of fish comes from actually from Canada, Alaska. A lot of tuna comes from Hawaii, Pacific Ocean, Florida, maybe Baja. How much comes in from Japan, and Izumazai unagis farm grown in Taiwan. So you get all this from all over the world nowadays. Certain fish like salmon, I bring in fresh salmon. What I do with my salmon is that I cover it with salt for about an hour. I wash it. I keep it in the water for about ice water for about 30 minutes. Then I freeze it for about 7 days. If it doesn't get treated right, people could get sick. Certain fish you could just go and fillet, like tuna. You could fillet it and have it fresh right at that moment. Saba, takes me 4 days to cure that saba. And I gotta fillet the fish, and it's about maybe 12-inch fish that I have to fillet and take all the thorns out. And I gotta fillet it and cure it in a salt and sauce for 4 days. I gotta take it out, wrap it, clean it. That's just one fish we're talking about. But how many different fish do I have in the case each day? I go through that at least once a week with certain fish, but almost every day with most of fish. You cannot predict how busy it's gonna be. It's from experience, knowing your customer, knowing your clientele, knowing your business, and knowing your fish. Every chef, they have their own special ingredients and special way of making. It's not just the sauce or ingredients. It's the amount of timing that you put in. Some chef might cook for 5 minutes. I might cook for 10 minutes. That makes a big difference. Whatever I do here, in front of the customer is only a little part of my work. 75% of work is in the back, getting ready, getting preparation. You start with the prep, you go home, finish with the preparation. Whatever I do in between, I stand here making sushi. It looks so simple, it looks so easy because you sit there and watch us just making a roll or make their favorite sushi. But it takes hours and hours of preparation every day. That's how it becomes a piece of sushi. As far as being a sushi chef, you get to meet so many different people. Every individual is different, so it's very challenging to me, and each day is different. I could be standing here making same sushi all day long, but I'm looking at different people every day. I never dread going to work like I have before with my previous job. With my previous job, I would get up and already think about going to work, how awful it would make me feel. But knowing that it's my business, first of all, and it's something that I like to do, knowing that I'm gonna go in there and have my customer come in and enjoy, that makes the whole day. And that makes it very, very easier for me to come to work each day. Because it's different day, different customers, different job. And I'm in a stage where I'm still learning a lot of things. I'm still studying a lot of books about sushi rice, sushi fishes, certain sauces, trying this, trying that, coming up with new sauce, new rolls, new taste of sushi for my customer. That excites me. It takes time to make sushi. It's not something that you already made and prepped and keep getting it out there to a customer. As the order comes in, you have to make yourself into a sushi machine kind of way where you gotta have a presentation, yet you gotta make it fast enough where customers don't have to wait too long. And nowadays everybody's in a rush and they don't want to wait too long for their meal. A customer leaving without eating their meal, walking out, that really hurts me a lot. I tell the waitress, if the person, a customer, leaves anything behind, I want to know about it. And I always check the plates to see if there's any leftover. If the person is not eating my food, I want to know about it. Go ask them why. And it's got to be a good reason. I feel that customers is very important. You gotta take care of them. You gotta pamper them. That's why I have open kitchen. Everybody sees what we're doing. Me personally, I get to see everything that is going on, everything that's done to my customer or not done to my customers. And I could pinpoint out what we're doing wrong. And by looking at a customer all the time, just their expression on their face, I could tell right away if they had a good experience or not. If you don't give 100%, that means your heart, your mind, it's not there. I mean, it shows on your food. If you give that extra 30 seconds, give that extra 5 minutes, put that extra minute into what you're doing, it makes a big difference. And that difference could tell by the customers, especially with the preparation. If I be a little lazy and take shortcuts, it shows right off the bat. I could tell. And if it's not good enough for me, I know it's not good enough for the customer. And that piece of sushi that goes out has my signature on it, and it has my face on it. And when the customer eats that sushi, they look at me. And if it tastes awful, if it tastes ugly, I look ugly. And this whole store looks ugly. But if that person enjoys it and have that delightful face and looks at me like, man, this is the best thing I ever had, that just makes my day. Working with the family, working with the employees, very different. You gotta treat them different. You can say the things or you can do the things that you really want to say or do. If the food doesn't get prepared right, I could yell at my wife or one of my family member, and they won't take me too seriously. But if I say something bad or something harsh to an employee, they take it real personally. I get involved with every situation, but I can't run it without my wife. I haven't taken a vacation in last 3 years. Most days I took off was maybe 3 days. I educate my kids, and my wife already knows that it is a very tough world, and it's a very competitive world where you cannot do everything that you want to do, plus have everything you want to have. You gotta sacrifice certain things to get something else. I love talking about sushi. A lot of people enjoy coming out to eat sushi, but yet they don't know too much about it other than they like sushi. If I educate them about making rice, where I get my fish, how do I prepare it, they tend to appreciate the sushi more because now they realize how much work that goes into making one piece of sushi for them. And they realize, wow, you go through all this for me. They're amazed the way I make my sushi, because I'll be running around with my sharp knife. I'll be cutting things, throwing things around, and amazing how everything comes out together at the end. I always like the center stage. More people watching me, I get more excited. I perform better. The expression that they get when I make their roll with their sushi, the way I cut the slice of fish or the rolls and different things, or even like cucumbers and stuff. I do that sometimes in front of customers just to show off once in a while. It's entertainment. I know all my customers. If they've been here 2-3 times, I know them, and they know me. 90% customer would always have conversation one way or the other. Either it's a bye or hi or something. And they know that I'm always here. I stand there and I communicate with them and I relate to them and I talk about the things, like a bartender almost, the things that I feel that they shouldn't be talking to a sushi chef, but they do it anyway. That shows me that they feel comfortable with me, and that makes me feel good. Being in the United States when I was young makes it easier for me because I could communicate. You go to restaurants and some of the customer makes certain conversations or make certain jokes they don't understand. But for me, because I've been around, because I understand the culture and I've been around long enough, I understand all that, and I know what they're talking about when they make stupid jokes. I know how to laugh at that stupid jokes.
You wouldn't laugh at me when I say chili today, hot tamale.
Oh, that one I didn't understand. One day I needed change in my life, as far as my career, what I wanted to do, and I thought, why don't I just do something that I enjoy? We decided on sushi restaurant because I could personally get involved with the customers instead of being in the back doing all the cookings. It's the thrill that I get when I was young as a soccer player, and the feeling that I get from scoring a goal is the same as watching my customers enjoying my food. Money is not everything. I feel that money is part of the life, but it's not everything. Certain things are more important than money, like enjoying yourself. For me, watching the customer enjoy my food. I talk about this when I get home to my wife. You know what? I have a customer come in, and I talk. I mean, I like it was best thing that happened to my life, I talk about that, I get all excited, and my wife would look at me, so what, But it's not just so what. I mean, that's my life. Wow. Bad thing, huh? There's nothing bad about it.